Good Sunday, everyone. Looking at our rainfall totals from last night. This is why we had just a chance for a sprinkle, maybe an isolated shower. Look how close it came. Eastern Kentucky, southeast Kentucky. Some of you all up in northern Fentress County, northern Overton County, Pickett County might have had a few sprinkles on your windshield this morning, but overall, most of the precipitation stayed to our north, and most of that stayed very light. Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union bringing us our weather headlines. A windy weekend continues. Except yesterday, the winds were southwest. Today, they'll be northwest, so they have a little bit of a chill to them. And then we're monitoring next week's rain and storm chances as things become much more unsettled, especially toward the end of the week. Hourly temperatures for today and tonight will be rising up through the 50s this morning, topping out at around 59, maybe even 60 degrees for some of you all early this afternoon before we trail back down into the 30s for overnight lows. Looks like we will have frost by Monday morning as low temperatures bottom out in the low 30s. Clearview Closet and Blind brings us our 5-day forecast. Got those partly cloudy skies for our Sunday. Those northwest winds at 10, gusting to 20. That's keeping temperatures down in the upper 50s. Still not bad at all for this time of the year. Tonight we drop down to the low 30s with frost. Monday, just a light north breeze, if not calm winds. Partly cloudy skies, highs once again in the upper 50s. Maybe a little bit of frost by Tuesday morning for some of you all. Then we thicken up the clouds a little bit and we introduce a 30% chance for a shower Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, yesterday I had a 50% chance on Tuesday, and before that I had a 70% chance. So you see how the trend has been going for Tuesday. I think we're probably going to park it at 30. And this is especially, you see where I've written there, rain chances each day favor areas closer to the Kentucky border. So let's say you live along and north of a line from, say, Livingston to Jamestown to Oneida. You folks are really, to be honest with you, are more like that 30%. The rest of us down here in like Cumberland County, Putnam, Cookeville, Sparta, Crossville, Pikeville, Spring City, probably closer to like 10 to 20% chance as it looks right now. So the better rain chances favor near the Kentucky border, and even those chances are not that great. But rain chances look to increase by the end of next week for everyone. And that's what Weichert Realtor's extended threat show. I can now highlight Friday for the risk for heavy rain and maybe even some strong storms. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center not highlighting our area in a threat, but they are watching it. And they have mentioned us several times over the last few days. They're just not ready to quite yet highlight a threat area, but they are keeping an eye on things. Next Tuesday is more uncertain to the point where I can't highlight the day. And then after Thanksgiving, things start to get more interesting. So we have a potentially powerful storm system that'll be barreling through here that will cause a pattern change that will probably lead to some colder temperatures by the first week of December. Looking that far out is like voodoo territory in the weather business this time of the year. But there have been several indications that we're in for a big pattern change after Thanksgiving leading into the first week of December. B&H Storm Shelters brings us our On This Day in Weather History, November 16th, 1955. A strong cold front produced a 44-degree temperature drop at Crossville from a daytime high of 69, dropping down to 25 by midnight. Yikes. 43-degree drop at Nashville. My goodness, the temperature falls to 30 degrees by midnight there, following a daytime high of 73. That's a big shift. 1958, more than half a foot of snow fell at Tucson, Arizona. And in 1959, the most severe November cold wave in U.S. history was in progress. A weather observing station located 14 miles northeast of Lincoln, Montana, reported a reading of, get this, 53 degrees below zero in the middle of November, which established an all-time record low temperature for the nation for the month of November. 53 degrees below zero in Montana. Woo, that is cold by any month of the year, but especially for the middle of November. You folks have a wonderful Sunday. Keep looking up. For more information, download that Meteorologist Smart app. It's free. Or visit the website, meteorologistsmart.com.